My friend's dad in my ass in the moving van. Anal Lovers 25. Anal Sex Erotica. Written by Kimmy Welsh. Copyright 2023 by Kimmy Welsh. Narrated by Talula Rouge. My friend's dad in my ass in the moving van. Anal Lovers 25. A move to the coast was something I'd always wanted, even if it meant living in a small studio apartment. It was a price worth paying to be so close to the sea. I'd enlisted the help of my friend's dad, Mr. Jackson, who came as a double threat. He worked out, so he was strong enough to lift everything, but also he owned a moving van. We loaded it full of my stuff. The whole journey he was saying that this was never going to fit in my tiny new place. I thought the same, but didn't have the heart to tell him that he was probably going to be carting half the stuff back home with him. It was a hot day, and it only seemed to get hotter the closer we got to the coast. The moving van wasn't exactly high-tech. If we wanted to make it cooler, we just lowered the window more. That was about the extent of the aircon on board. Mr. Jackson wore a pair of shorts with a thin T-shirt and shades. He drove forward in the seat, his wrist on the wheel, looking cool for an older guy. I sat across from him with my sneakers up on the dash, watching the world go by through the open window. I'd opted for one of the shortest skirts I owned, which was perhaps not the finest piece of attire for moving a bunch of stuff from a height. I guess I didn't think things through. I rarely did. We finally pulled up to the place, and Mr. Jackson parked on the roadside, putting on his hazard lights and setting the van in park. "Let me give you the tour," I said, bouncing from the van all giddy and excited. Outside, I could smell the saltiness of the sea and feel the warm breeze meandering up the street from the ocean. People moved at a slow pace along the sidewalk, laughing and talking. Everyone just seemed happier. Mr. Jackson bounced out of the van and ran his thumbs around the waist of his shorts to let some air in. Even though I couldn't see his eyes, I could sense the judgment. "This it?" he asked, looking to the door to his right. "That's the access, yeah." I punched in a code on the door, and it propped open. He followed me inside, and I showed him up the stairs to my new place. "You never mentioned the stairs," he said. I didn't think it was important. I could feel his eyes burning into the back of my head, but I decided to ignore them.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?